my head is spinning like a whirlpool, it never ends. And it's you, girl, making me spin. You making me dizzy. First time that I saw you, girl, I knew that I just had to make you mine. But it's so hard to talk to you with fellas hanging around you all the time. Oh, oh, oh. I want you for my sweet pet, but you keep playing hard to get. I'm going round in circles all the time. Dizzy. A very pleasant good evening to you, and welcome to Jamaican Explosion on this beautiful Saturday evening. It's kind of cold up and down in the Atlanta area, but I we could deal with a little bit of cold up here. It's hardly ever that we do get cold weather like this, so we're enjoying it. But this is Jamaican Explosion on your dial, on your podcast today. And I want to welcome each and every one to the program this evening. We got quite a show planned for you this evening. In a little while, we'll be bringing on our screens Mr. Chris McDonald. And he is a prominent musician from out of Jamaica. And we'll be speaking with him during the course of the show this morning, the early show this morning. Of course, we have later on Miss Shelly Ann from The Strength to Breed, and our special guest today from This Is Jamaica will be on with us at around the 6 o'clock hour. So it's good to have you here with us this evening. Whether you're tuning in from Jamaica, whether you're tuning in from South Florida or Central Florida, this is Pastor Rob, and it's Welcome to Jamaica Explosion on Saturday, January 2024. And without any further ado, I'm going to bring on the screen none other than Mr. Chris McDonald, and he's going to be our guest for you this evening. Chris, how are you doing, sir?
All right, much okay. Thank you all for viewing me, and yeah, respect a bit on that Jamaican explosion.
Okay, welcome to the platform today. And hey, man, I just want you to relax and to tell the folks here a little bit about Mr. Chris McDonald, musician, and he does quite a few things. So I'm going to let him kind of tell us.
Well, I'm starting from I was about 10. I used to start my performance in the community of Augustown, and then grew up and started singing before playing instruments, and I usually went out at many places. And then, growing up listening to the young artists, I heard like Julia Tucker and young Michael Jackson, just to name a few, among others. And then
Hmm.
82, I used to enter Tasty Talent and just place first on the grand finals, Then,
Oh,
then certain years gone by, I just started turning to the instruments, and then even when I'm still singing, I just feel to turn
yeah.
on any instrument what I feel to play, especially this,
Mhm.
you know. And I usually tour around this country, and you know, like North Coast is just a play resident band until I don't feel to do that no more. So I say to myself, say, hey, well, I just want to move on to a different level, what I feel to do. Like, when I'm joining a different band that tours the whole world, like, like 3.5 decades I've been with school band. You know.
Okay. All right. Chris, I know you have been in the business since 19 to the 80s
Yeah.
and so forth like that. And tell me about your experience, some of your experiences back then during the 80s before we bring you up to date.
Well, that time I was not being so nervous. I never been so nervous of doing singing, like, I was like this, you know.
Yeah.
And then when I I never intend myself of singing at any clubs, but I guess the first person that puts me on the show is Bobby Henley. He actually took me to different places, like Hermitage, and then there's another person, his name Freddie Brown,
Okay.
that takes me around courses just to, just start opening, doing a little opening before the rest that comes in. And and like I was saying that in the '86 I never had a duet until I had somebody who was doing a duet with me, is Andrea Alexander. Then that time I well, just so you know that I was saying the same thing.
Hmm. Okay. Name a few of the artists that you worked with over the years, and I think I have a few listed here,
Mm-hmm.
and tell me about a little bit of those experiences.
Well, join school band is back in the end of 1993 and into '94 when I started to play. I used to play for Marcia Griffiths. I used to
Mm-hmm.
play for Carlin Davis, J.C. Lodge, Muta Baruka, Freddie
Mm-hmm.
McGregor, among others. But
Mm-hmm.
for the Sunsplash tour in the US,
Mm-hmm.
you have got so many people, especially in '96 when people are saying to me, said, Chris, is that you playing keyboards on stage back in Dennis Brown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was from '96, and it was taking place in San Diego at the hospitality place.
Okay.
And well, yeah.
So you're like a veteran in the business, you know.
So said,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah, and when I think of, I see the names Freddie McGregor, I see the name Carlene Davis, Dennis Brown, Marcia Griffiths. At that time, were you singing or were you just playing an instrument at that time?
I was playing instrument. I
Okay.
was playing instrument, but still singing backup.
Oh, you sang backup, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So what was your experience like when you sing with the greats? Just what was the experience like?
I'm telling you right now, it's a joy to work with some artists who I love to work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and
So that's all.
even like a Dennis Brown, who is a legend right now, passed on and so forth like that. Uh, when you think back about playing with Dennis Brown, what comes through your mind? What do
Well,
you remember?
playing
Go
well
ahead.
playing with Dennis Brown on a Sunsplash in '96, it's like doing anything what the band and myself can. I
Yeah.
remember when Dennis was performing at one of the concerts somewhere in the states, and it is not well. And then when his voice not well, my band leader was saying to me and said, "Chris, sing the part." And said, "While I go on," and then
Yeah.
that's that. Even when his voice is not so well, and then after when he finished performing, he went back to his room just to take a relax.
Okay, I'm gonna bring on the stage here my co-host, and she wants to uh, pose a couple of questions to you. And
Mm-hmm.
this is Mr. Dixon, Nadine Dixon. Welcome to Jamaican Explosion. Hey, Nadine, how you doing?
I am good. I am good. How are you doing, Chris? How
I'm
are you
okay.
doing?
All right.
Okay, so Nadine, we have Chris here, Chris McDonald, and as you can see that he has extensive experience within the music arena. He's a
Yes.
musician and a singer and uh, someone that has toured with Freddie McGregor, Carlene Davis, Dennis Brown, Marcia Griffiths, among others. Yeah.
Just to name a few, you name it.
You name it, you have done it. Okay. So did you already tell us how you got started, Chris?
Yeah, I just explained to Robert of how I started already. But since you weren't here, I'm gonna say this one more time. I used to start singing my career from the ages of 10 back in
Mm-hmm.
1981.
Mhm.
I used to perform at Augustown Primary School. I'm sure if anybody remembers from those years, I mean back from, I mean decades, you know. And 1982 in December was the year that I was placed the first on the grand finals of Taste the Talent.
Yes, yes,
Oh
yeah.
yes, I remember that competition. It's always so good.
Yeah, and I'm still here, you know. But yeah, but but you know the thing is, you know, I mean, I don't know if anybody have my picture of me performing as a young kid, you know. But in fact, I have one which is a semi-final, which means that I should have sent it to you all, you know. Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Okay, okay, so we'll when you come back and visit us again, we'll have that one up for you. I'm gonna search for it though. I'm pretty sure I know some folks down there that probably will in Jamaica that will have a picture of that event. Uh, and
But
you're
you see, the other thing is, you know, as I enter into the place of tasty, just to order something, it's
yeah,
like I see many pictures on the wall as the Hall of Fame. I see
yeah.
Papa San, I see Yellow Man, I see many people, Diana Rutherford, and to see what year that they
Mm-hmm.
have won. But my picture, they
Yeah.
have it, and my name. And
Okay.
unfortunately, they never put my year, like what year did I win.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, you know, go to you know, the person just to ask them what happened to my year that I put. I mean, what happened to the year that they're supposed to put and they don't do it.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
you're definitely not getting your props, right, Chris?
Right.
But we are so happy to have you to join us and all the things you're doing and everything. Are you gonna be playing for us anytime for today? Just teasing our audience with something? Is that what we're gonna be happening today?
Well, well, this is my original that I wrote about 3 years ago. It's a song about my life, how I went through with some things, and I'm sure if you'll enjoy it. I made it through. I go through all the distance because of you. If not you, then I wouldn't know what to do. I made it through all these years with my ages. From a child to a man grown up in stages. I made it through. You asked me, what did I do with my life? I will tell you, even if I told you the truth. So it felt good or bad, and it's reflected. What more to expect? I made it through all these years with my ages. From a child to a man grown up in stages. So that's a part of my life, you know what I mean?
Wow, Chris.
I made it.
Trust me, I like the words to that song because we all need that inspiration when the challenges come and just to see that you actually made it. Because when you're going through, you don't think you can make it.
Yeah, well, like I said, I made it through all the decades that starting from scratch, you know. But you know what? Someone said to me that no, I'm saying about when I've been practicing all my life, it takes years to practice around any instruments, what you feel like you want to do. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, so you started off first as a singer, all right? And then
Yes.
at some point during your career, you decided that you would decide to play keyboards. How
Yeah.
did that? How did?
Before keyboards, before keyboards, I used to fool around guitar. I used to fool around guitar though. But you know what they said? When you feel the pain of a string, the
Yes.
string burns your finger.
Okay.
Just as you can't manage, you just turn to this.
Yes.
But everybody, like what General Degree said, you want the pianist. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So guess what, Chris? You're implying that's where you were the hit with all the girls. So that's why you.
Yeah.
Chris, I also know that you did a duet with a famous American singer. Uh,
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I like to explain. One day Tommy Cohen called me whenever I'm on the road.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And he asked me that if I have a track called I Special You.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I Special You? I don't even know the name of that song. Right? So he asked me to come down at Love 101 and then just to meet him there. Then he took me inside the radio station just
Hmm.
to play that song. I Special You. I don't even know how that song goes. When he played the
Hmm.
song God Make You Special. And I'm like, oh, that song. That song. God made you special. You know what I mean? He told me the wrong name of the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. Listen. I wish I had that on YouTube, but apparently they didn't allow the copyright music just to play that. You know what I mean? But anyway, so next day after I went to the National Stadium, no National Arena. Sorry, I went to the sound check just to set my keyboards up, and then Denise Williams came on stage
Wow.
just to doing her own tracks, because people
Yeah.
requesting this song that she never has, so that's why Tana asked me if I have that song God Made It Special, and then
Hmm.
I actually programmed it on the keyboard. So when I played it, Denise is like start singing along with it, and then for the record, as the icing of the cake, I'm like singing singing, and then someone passed the mic to me, and I'm like, me, you know what I mean? So I'm like, just join in, and then he's like the idea. So on
Wow.
that same night when she performs her four first songs by herself with some tracks and thing, the next thing she called me and just do that song that made it special, and I'm like joining in. It is like a wonderful duet as the icing on the cake, like I said. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
next day, the newspaper came out and see how I did a remarkable duet with her. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Yes.
so I guess everyone was pleased with that. Everyone was pleased with that for sure. Mm.
That's
Well,
that's great, Chris. That's great. Chris, I know you go on tour and stuff, but what was your first experience like when you went on tour? And based on all the tours you've been on, which location really stands out the most to you and why?
Um, to tell you the honest truth, I love to travel to anywhere I feel like, especially the Europe, But let me break it down to you. First time when I fly back from 1989 as the opening artist for Coca Tea. And trust me, my experience of what I'm flying is like you know Barry Frankson look at me and say, Chris, what's wrong with you? You afraid of a flying? I'm like, I'm cool. So anyway, I enjoying where I fly for the first time, and I
Hmm.
say to myself, so man, I feel just to go on another tour again. But since you asked about the touring thing, I mostly went to USA, Japan, Europe, Australia, those places, you name it, you know. And I worked with the legendary Jimmy Cliff, and he also takes me the same course many places, you know. I mean, not with myself alone, but with the band
Yes, yeah,
who who
understood.
who, who I've toured with is school band, because the band leader Desi Jones is one that really arranged many musicians like myself
Yes.
and the
Hmm.
rest, that puts everything together.
Yeah,
Mm.
that
And
must
I'm
be.
singing and I'm singing backup vocals with him along with Tess and Chin, Dwight Richards,
Hmm.
well, among others, you know.
Wow. Just a range of great artists
Mm-hmm.
that you have performed with. Jimmy
Mm-hmm.
Cliff himself, that must have been just something else. Touring with Jimmy, and I know you were younger at the time too. At that time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes.
So I know you were enjoying all the French benefits of touring with that Jimmy Cliff at that young age.
Yeah, at a young age. I mean, but all the others who's also a young age. But the drummer, it's kind of
Yeah.
old age, you know.
Okay. Yes. Tell me some of the things that you have in store coming up as far as your career is concerned. What are some of the things that you're working on right now, and you'd like for the audience to know or to listen out for?
To tell you the honest truth, I mean, back from 2020, I
Hmm.
worked on an album called Tomorrow Is No Promise, and usually just put out some of my originals, including the three covers that I
Hmm.
put on. And it's actually a gospel album that I worked on.
Hmm.
I should have sent you the one that I made up, but like
Hmm.
like I said, that'll be next time when I send to you. You know what I mean? Yes, he loves me. From skies above, he bless me. Yes, he loves me so. When I'm down, he came to my rescue. Most of the time, I was insecure. Every day, I lift my heart and pray to the one always I adore. So this I know. Oh, yes, he loves me. From the skies above, he loves me. Yes, he loves me so. That's the name of the song. Yes, he loves me.
And is that a gospel background there? Is a gospel song
Mm-hmm.
there?
Mm-hmm. Which I wrote.
All right. Wow. So you're crossing over there into in a little bit of gospel. That's great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So other tracks which I wrote,
Yeah.
like Can't see you, can't feel you. I really need a touch from you. Need your healing power whenever you can to set me free from my pain. And the song's entitled I'm crying out to you. I'm crying out to you. I'm crying out. I'm crying out to you. Like when these things happens during the pandemic, or should I say COVID-19, whenever a person has going through rough times, so that explains something what I wrote. I remember a friend of mine who I called and spoke, and they asked me, what am I doing for this year? You know,
Yes.
so I'm saying to them that well, I'm just gonna think of what else I can do. So they asked me just write a song of anything. So I did what I can. Like I mentioned songs, and that's that. So the album is already out. It's called Tomorrow's No Promise, and it's actually
Okay.
available at the Music Mart and Twin Gates Plaza upstairs at Record Shop in Kingston. That's all.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that one, though. We're looking forward. It sounds like you have a lot of ballads in there. Are you a balladist by nature? Are you
Well, not really,
not
not really
really?
a ballerina, but anything else. What I can do is like this song I wrote is about people that knows me everywhere in this country. Like
Yeah.
blessed everyone who has known me for long. I wanna say big up to everyone who is faithful forever. It's Mr. Chris here, and I'm talking to you. Few decades ago, when I've gone through some good memories of the past. When I used to go to school, I always remember the golden rule. Teachers and students playing it so cool. From the early days I go in my hometown, neighbors hailing me and I'm down. Guess what? Blessed everyone who has known me for long. I want to say big up to
Yeah, man.
Yes, Chris, coming in live. Guys, you're
Canelo.
joining us.
Yeah, that's that.
Okay, I thought you here give us a little piece of a little dub plate right there. We're gonna have to love that one for Jamaican Explosion. But yeah, man, Chris, I love your tone, love your style, love the things
Mhm.
that you're doing. I'm looking forward to hearing more about your career. I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
having you here, traveling to the States and coming to the the southern part of the country, whether it's up in Florida or make a trip down to Atlanta.
Let us
Well,
know, Chris.
yeah. I'll let a friend of mine knows that whatever I can tell to her, Right.
Okay. All right. Just one more question before we let you go here. If you had a word to say to an aspiring artist or someone that is looking to get into the music arena as a singer or even a keyboard player, what advice would you give that person?
Okay. What I can advise, if somebody who's just started in the music business, I want you all to know this because when you're started as fresh as it is, what I mean, you just have to come and give it all you got. You know what I mean? It's years to practice and you know years to play any instruments, all that. You just have to
Hmm.
keep going, keep doing it all you can. You may reach your goals at some point. That's all.
Yes, guys, you heard that from Chris. Just keep going. Even when you feel down, keep going. Right, Chris? That's your
That's
motto.
right. Yes.
Okay, Chris. So we're gonna have you back at another time, and I'm just grateful that you took the time to uh, calling here, and you're coming straight from Jamaica. So sometimes the feed's a little slower, but we got a lot of you. And what I like is when Nadine is when artists come and they come ready to give us live performances. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it just adds a more quality to the show. And
That's
Yes,
right.
yes, appreciate it, Chris. Next time you gotta come with a guitar, then we can see which one you get
No, 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 no.
more
Sorry, I
props
can't.
with.
No, no, no. Sorry, I can't play guitar. It's gonna burn my finger. I rather stick with the keyboards. This is what I'm
Okay.
doing working on with, you know me.
Okay, well, okay. So I guess you gotta stick to one, right?
Yeah, one thing at a time. Yeah.
But we appreciate you definitely taking time out to come and share your musical journey with us.
Thank you so much.
okay,
Thank
I'm
you so
looking
much.
forward to speaking to you in the future again. Speaking with
All
you in the
right.
future again. Okay.
Okay, then. Thank you very much.
Oh, very good, Mr.
I'm
Chris.
so busy, my head is spinning like a whirlpool, it never ends. And if you go making me spin, you're making me dizzy. I'm so busy.
Oh
Chris.
no.
I finally got to talk to you, and I told you just exactly how I felt. Then I held you close to me and kissed you when my heart begins to melt.
Background sounds courtesy of none other than Mr. Chris McDonald, musician who we just had here on Jamaican Explosion this evening. What a talent!
Oh yes, oh yes, and I mean, what a legacy! He can say he
Yes,
has toured with so many well-known artists.
it is.
So
Yes.
that's fantastic.
Wow, wow, wow! And I know I'm definitely gonna get Chris back here with us, and feature some more of his upcoming hits here on Jamaican Explosion in the future. And it's just a pleasure to speak with the young man. He's so humble, but as he is great, and I've toured with the greats too. So yeah, looking forward to that. Yes, Nadine. So we have a beautiful show here going this evening, and joining us on Jamaican Explosion stage right now is co-host Nadine Dixon. And Nadine, what have you been up to the last couple of weeks or so?
Well, from Monday, remember, Monday was MLK Day, so just reveling in that and what it stands for, basically, and the impact it's has. So that was it mostly.
Mhm.
Just relaxing and remembering. I was actually um liking some of his most famous quotes and stuff, and the inspiration that he provides.
Okay, you're talking about Dr. King now. Okay.
Yes, Dr. Martin Luther King. Monday was his
Yes. Uh-huh. Did you? So you had a chance to go to any parades or anything?
I did not. I was being lazy. I was being cold and just enjoyed staying home. But I definitely, I just took some time out just to be grateful for what he did for us and the opportunities he helped create for us.
Okay, very good. Very good. I know it's not hot outside, but any happenings within the Atlanta area?
Well, what's happening? I think next CLTV has started a Saturday event, Saturday party. So ladies are free until a certain time. I also know Homewood has next Saturday. They're
Mm-hmm.
kicking stuff off. They're having. Let me get the date. They're having their starting Valentine pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
So let me look at that and get the details for you guys. So,
Okay.
ladies, get all your red dress out. It's almost Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, their event. Oh, it's actually to the 17th Saturday. Oh, the 17th of February for Homewood, and it's semi-formal. It's $90 before February 1st.
Mm-hmm.
100 at the door. And the location is the Front Page Event Center, 8010 Rockbridge Road, Lithonia, Georgia. So, ladies, get those red dresses out.
and come on down and check it out. Huh? Or we also have coming up next week. I have a birthday celebration that I would like to invite everyone to. Come on down to Sparkle D's, and I've got a flyer for that, Nadine. I'm going to bring it up here in just a second. Just come on out and celebrate with me. It's a Sunday evening from 3 p.m. until 8 p.m. at Sparkle D's. And we're going to be doing a oldies, but goodies, oldies, I mean, go early 90s and so forth and forward and so forth. DJ for the evening will be Cole Rice, DJ Cole Rice. So we want to invite everyone to come on down to Sparkle D's and have dinner with us. It's going to be a great evening. Okay,
And
and
also, mm,
go ahead, go ahead. Uh huh.
upcoming in March, guys, we'll give you more information on it. March 9th is the Atlanta Caribbean Awards show, where what they do is actually give awards to individuals from the Caribbean that's making an impact in the diaspora. We'll definitely have more details on that for you guys, but it's exciting. You have different nominees. You have from Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, Haiti, St. Lucia. There are so many awesome nominees, guys. So we'll give you more closer to the time.
Okay, very good. Looking forward to that. And I think I might have Mr. Wesley Graham call in here in a couple of and speak to us a little bit about that event there that's going to be taking place at the front page, uh, uh, the front page location, and it will be the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards, and of course it'll be featuring many of our greats. I say ordinary people doing extraordinary things in the Atlanta and some folks from Jamaica too, and in the diaspora will be making the trip to uh, to join us in this celebration.
And it's
Okay.
also a dinner first. You have guys, it's a dinner first, then the awards show, then the most awesome part, after party.
Okay. Okay. Okay, the after party. Yeah. Okay. So let's try to get it up here again and see if I could bring it in. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Just to get it going here. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So that's Saturday, March the 9th, 2024, from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Okay. And that's going to be the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards. Dinner will be served from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we want to see you in the place. The price for this event will be $40. And we're going to have a lot of prizes and surprises, a lot of greats that are going to be coming in the area to celebrate with us. And we're beginning next week, we'll start just letting folks know about who those greats are. Right, Nadine?
Yes, yes, yes. We got to tease you first. You got to come on back to see who's nominated from Trinidad, who's nominated from Guyana, who's nominated from St. Lucia and Haiti.
Yeah, yeah, definitely it's going to be a treat that evening. And in case you have just joined us today, you're in tune to Jamaican Explosion. Myself, Pastor Rob, along with Nadine, and we're speaking now about the Atlanta Caribbean Community Awards that will be coming up. Okay, and these are the categories that will be handing awards out in humanitarian, entertainment, media, television, sports, special achievement, lifetime achievement, community sponsorship. Okay, and that's a big one there. We also recognize at this particular award those businesses that sponsors the different events around the Atlanta in and around the Atlanta area. You might have those big shows like the Jerk Fest and all the different shows that Mikey Sparkles put on and so forth like that. We have sponsors that time and time again come in and help the entertainers or the advertisers put on the events, and we're going to be recognizing some of those sponsors there with their own special awards too. It's going to be great. Okay, yeah. All right, so you're in tune to Jamaican Explosion here. We have another guest coming up here at around 6:15 or so, and we just want to let you know that This is Jamaica will be on today, and we have Miss Yolanda Scarlett, principal principal of the Norman Garden Primaries. She is the one that actually the that's the principal at the school of the winner, the winner we had a couple of weeks ago, and this is the principal of the school of Norman Gardens Primary, and she'll be coming on here a little bit after 6, and telling us about the actual school itself. So we'll be featuring a school here on This is Jamaica today. Okay, and let me go back here and just bring up once again another one of Chris's songs. We could listen to it just for a few minutes, and then we'll be right back. Okay.
It was simply just amazing.
Okay. Okay. So we got Mr. Chris. Well, let's start him up again. Let him keep going here.
Good morning or evening, friends. Here's your friendly.
Okay. So once again we are getting having a little thing, not too much with the music today, but we have to keep it down for copyrights reasons too. Okay, but Nadine, all right. So what about the Atlanta Jamaica Association? What we have going on over there with a new board, and I want to say congratulations to you for being becoming or taking the position as the new treasurer uh, uh, for this ensuing term.
Thank you, Pastor Rob. So this is going to be my second term on the board. I was the assistant secretary before, so
Hmm.
I'm stepping into the role actually as treasurer, and this is something I'm passionate about with a finance background. So definitely looking forward to it. As the new board, we're definitely looking forward to see the next chapter for the Atlanta Jamaican Association and what we can do, how many families we can help, how many additional scholarships we can offer to students who are from Jamaica or students who are from Jamaican parentage. So we're definitely looking forward to that. We're also looking forward to revamping some of the things we have in place to initiate new memberships. So we're just super excited as a new board coming in, and we can't wait to share all the details at a later time with the whole community.
Okay, looking forward to that. And of course, from time to time, we will also have the president and the different members dropping by here to speak to us about the organization and so forth.
Yes,
Someone just texted me and said, "Do I have any flyers this evening?" And I think it's Miss Yolanda, and she could come on. She could make her way on right now. Uh, okay, so we'll tell her to send me a few flyers if she wants to send me a few before she gets on here. Okay, 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 Miss Yolanda, you could go on and come on. Okay, someone is asking for a flyer, I guess, and I guess for the we have for the award show. I'm not sure which one she's referring to, but she'll be on here in a couple of minutes. As a matter of fact, Miss Yolanda, you could, if you're listening, you could just go on and just log on right now, and we'll be glad to take to have you early. Okay, let me contact her and tell her to come on here. Yeah, so there's some great things that are happening, and I had a chance to speak with Miss Donna McLeod and today, and she's coming our way here on the first Saturday in February to inform us about her new running for a new position in the Gwinnett County here in Atlanta. So just want to share that with you, Miss Yolanda. You could go. If it's a case where they have a flyer for this afternoon. No, 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 we don't have a flyer for this afternoon. But if you want to send one to me, and then if you just want to go on and log on now, we could take you on right now. Okay. All right. Okay. Very good then. Very good. All right. So there we have it. So there's quite a few things that we are going to be bringing to you over the next couple of weeks. And I would invite for you to just to tune in and stay with us and so forth. Okay, all right. This is coming up at approximately around 6 o'clock. We will have Miss, of course, Miss Yolanda Scarlett, and then later on during the show, we have Shelly and Lures, marketing and communication sustainable business practices, and she'll be on the strength to breed. And she has an extensive we have a information for us. So that would be a good interview this evening with her because she's going to be going into a lot of stuff that is kind of new to us here, but she'll be speaking to us on the strength to breed on several different topics this evening, and it's about self auditing. I'm not sure if you know what self auditing is, uh,
I
Nadine.
can only assume what it is because it says self. So obviously, it's something that maybe something I got to look into for myself. But I'm going to be as interested as the audience going to be to learn what exactly is self audit because maybe I need to audit myself. This is 2024.
Okay, so yes, we'll be speaking about self auditing and a book that she has written. She has a book that she has written, and we'll be learning all about that book. It's called Empower Your Years.
Mm.
You're here, meaning this year, empower your year. So I will be speaking to her on that later on today in the program. So we got quite a few things in store for you today. And of course, this is Jamaican Explosion on a Saturday evening. And we're getting ready to invite a few more people aboard right here. Okay. All right. So as we kind of just use up some time here until our next guest comes on, is there anything that you'd like to share with the
Yes, I
public?
started a gratitude jar, Pastor Rob, and I just wanted to just see how many persons listening would be willing to join me on my journey. Because sometimes you just take things for granted and you don't appreciate the smallest things. So one of the
Mhm.
things I've started doing is actually just on a little sticky note each day. I just list at least three things I'm grateful for when I wake up. It may be a friend, it may be a family, it may be a situation, but just giving thanks for my blessings. Just the other day, I was thinking it was so cold outside, and that came to me. That's something I should be grateful for because I have
Mhm.
a roof over my head. There are persons in downtown Atlanta and other places that don't have a roof and they are outside in that weather. So just thinking, it may be minor to some people, but just something to be grateful for.
Okay. Wow. Wow. And what did it? What's the name of that? You call it now?
It's a gratitude jar. So it's just a regular mason jar, and you just write what you're grateful for each day on a sticky pad. You fold it up, you put it in there, and then at the end of the year, you just review it, you just read it back, because sometimes
Mm.
you don't really understand how far you're coming from unless you look back. And
Mm-hmm.
this is gonna be like a journey.
Wow. Wow. Oh, okay. All right. So we're going to be keeping a check on you about that gratitude jar.
I didn't say I'm gonna read my stuff now. I just said you'll just see my jar real full, because I'm definitely trying to be more focused on doing it and challenging myself to be grateful for the small things in life.
And I know, Nady, we don't speak to you often about, your real estate endeavors. A lot of folks might not know about that. So, you want to just fill us in a little bit on that.
Oh yes, I am with Keller Williams Realtor. That's one of the top brokers, not just
Mm-hmm.
locally but internationally as well. And I'm located in Metro Atlanta. And one of the things we like to do from time to time, if you follow my blog, we actually do postings on how people can get prepared for home buying processes. We
Mm-hmm.
also give tips on sellers, and we do home buying webinars and stuff. So we do various things, and we're always looking to communicate and educate persons on how to be a homeowner and the benefits of being a homeowner. So if anyone is moving to the Atlanta area, just feel free to reach out. If you have friends, family members coming into the Atlanta area, feel free to reach out, and we could definitely help them to find a home. If they're not quite ready, we can actually help them to sit down with a mortgage broker to see what stage they are at, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they may need to do a little credit repair. We also have
Sure.
contacts with repair specialists, credit repair specialists that can work with them. If they
Mm-hmm.
already have an existing home and they need a contractor to do handiworks, we do have um, handiwork or contractors that we are in contact with. We could make recommendations. We could do a quick equity analysis. So, guys, just reach out. Knowledge is power. You may not be selling, but it's always good to know what's happening in your neighborhood.
Wow, wow, what a wealth of information you've been sitting on there, Nadine. And okay, so how long you been in that business?
I've been I've been in real estate 3 years, but I've just actually been more active within the last 6 months. So,
Okay, all right. So
because
that
I'm actually a dual career, so but the last 6 months I'm actually focusing on being a full time. So that's my challenge for 2024.
okay, all right. So a lot going on there in 2024, and any conferences coming up or any seminars coming up on real estate.
Oh yes, Keller Williams is one of the leading companies. They're always offering different seminars, different trainings. They actually have an upcoming training for realtors in Las Vegas. They also have it in office, the different offices. Each month we have different training classes, and you just decide what training you want or what training you need. We have training how to handle contracts. Each year the contracts change, to review the forms just so we're up to date with the contracts. We have different continuing educations that we do have to take to make sure we're providing current information to our buyers and our sellers. We also have morning meetings where we do the market analysis and stats for the
Mhm.
areas. So there's always so much going on in real estate, and so much training behind the scenes that people are not aware of, that we as realtors we have to do.
Okay, so if someone is looking for a brand new home, then Nadine might be the person that you need to get in touch with. Okay.
Yes, just send me a DM, log on to the show, or follow me on Facebook. I'd be happy to help you with that, walk you through the pre-approval process. Then let's go shopping.
Okay, all right, all right. So I see that Miss Yolanda Scarlett is getting ready to come on to us, but I just had the poster come up, Nadine, of the party next week that I'm inviting folks to come on down to Mikey Sparkles and join with me as at my 25th birthday party. Why are you laughing, Nadine? What?
The 25th is already, 25 is already taken, Pastor Rob.
25, that's when I stopped counting. So, but, when I invite each and everyone down to Sparkle D's on next Sunday, and join us, and as we have dinner down there, and I have a special DJ by the name of DJ Cole Rice. It's going to be oldies and goodies, because, we like the old good stuff.
You want to share the address again for those who don't know where Sparkle D's is?
So it's 3370 Sugarloaf Parkway, Suite '06, Lawrenceville, Georgia 30044. Once again, 3370 is Sugarloaf Parkway, Suite '06, Lawrenceville, Georgia 30044. Come on down and join us next Sunday evening at from 3 p.m. until 8 p.m. and relax and just enjoy some good oldies but goodies.
And I can testify that chef, he knows his stuff. He
Oh
knows his
yeah.
stuff, guys. Come on down. The escovitch fish, that soup he does, real good, guys. Real good. Hits the spot.
Oh yes, yes, yes. That fish, that escovitch fish is, you have if you have not sparkle these escovitch fish, you're missing a whole lot in Georgia right now. So we're going to invite everyone down, and it's approximately 5:57, and around 6 o'clock or so, we're going to have Miss Yolanda Scarlett, and she's going to be coming on to speak to us. She's from she's a principal of Norman Gardens Primary, and the home or the school of the winner of the competition from the This Is Jamaica competition. So. We had her on a couple of weeks ago, Nadine,
Mm-hmm.
and now this is our teacher, the principal herself, who's going to come on and chat with us for a little while. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait.
yeah, and
I
she's
can't
on.
wait to
We
talk
see
to
you. We
her.
see you, Miss Scarlett. You're good. We're just getting ready to bring you on screen. Okay. All right. And we might as well just go in and bring her on now. Right, Nadine? What do you think?
Yes, yes, because we're super excited to talk to you and to know more about Norman Gardens.
Okay, so yes, once again, you're in tune to Jamaican Explosion on a Saturday evening. Pastor Rob here with Nadine, and we're just enjoying the cold weather here, which is kind of unusual too, because we're not used to cold weather in this area. Well, we're used to cold weather around this time of the year, just for maybe we in Atlanta can only take it for just about a month.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I'm still back in New York. I keep texting my friends, and New York's temperature is like ours as well. Only thing is, we're not getting the snow. The wind chill is what's getting us.
Okay, and I must tell those folks that are listening down in Jamaica and are watching down in Jamaica, that's it's about 30 something degrees here, because I remember when I went to Jamaica sometimes back, and my grandfather was telling me that they're having a cold front. And I said, because I couldn't feel anything. But he says we're having a cold front. When I checked the weather, it was only about 68, 69 degrees, and they have cold fronts. So you all really have to come to the States and to really experience what real cold is like. So
Mhm.
yeah, this is more than a cold front here. This is more like a freeze.
Up in, where is it? One of my friends, she said theirs was like 8 degrees.
Wow. Really? Wow. Hmm.
Yeah, we it's a running joke. One person had it 4 degrees, so who am I to complain about 12 and 15?
That's correct. 12, 15. Exaggeration to the max, huh? Okay. All right. So at this point in time, we're going to introduce to you Miss Yolanda Scarlett, and it's going to be our pleasure to have her here. She's the principal of Norman Gardens Primary, and here she is. Hello, Miss Scarlett. How are you?
I am great, thank you. And thank you for having me. Good afternoon, Pastor Rob, and good afternoon to your co host, Nadine. Good
Yes.
afternoon, listeners. It's a pleasure being here.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah. Okay. Straight out of Kingston, Jamaica.
That's right, that's right.
Live and direct, okay? And just to make us envious, can you tell us what the weather is like down there and what temperatures you're? Just
Wow,
give us
it's, I think
a basic
I think
idea.
maybe about 76,
Oh
78
my!
in that region. Right, right. So you stay out there at your cold, we stay down here at our sunshine.
I can't promise you that I'm going to stay up here, because we like to make our trip down and get warmed up, so to speak. But it's good to have
And we,
you.
and we need you to come. We need you to come as often as you can.
Yes, yes,
We need you
yes.
to come. We
Believe
have a
you,
lot to offer here.
believe you me, Miss Scarlett. We come as often as we can.
Yeah, we need to defrost, okay?
Okay, okay.
But yes, it's good to have you here with us this evening. Thanks for taking the time out to be with us, and it's our very first time having a principal. So I didn't quite know
My
needing
pleasure.
how to behave. You know,
So
I
just
Don't
wanted
behave
let
to.
her put
normal.
you in the
Just
north.
behave normal. Just behave
Don't put
normal.
him in the naughty corner just yet.
Because I remember as a young boy growing up in Jamaica, when principals walk come around you better be on your best behavior.
That's true. That's true. That's true. It still happens in some aspects. Yes, it still
Yeah.
happens in some aspects.
So, Miss Scarlett, I'm jumping in. I wanted to know a little bit about you, what got you started in teaching and what got you to stay, because sometimes it can be so challenging.
Okay. First, my mother was a teacher. She's now retired. So I
Hmm.
grew up going to school with her, going to work with her as a child. So you get used to the classroom, and then after leaving high school, I went to a community college and then started working in the private sector. But I wasn't feeling so fulfilled. So started as a pre-trained teacher.
Hmm.
That means you go to college while teaching, just to see if that's what you really liked. Anyway, I really loved it and I furthered myself. So I taught at Women's Prep for 21 years. Then I went on to Shortwood and now I'm at Norman Gardens Primary as principal. So this is my 30th year in the system, but the love for it, the love for children, the love to see growth and development is what really keeps me there. That I love to see not just the children, but just your colleagues, everybody evolving to make themselves much better.
Hmm.
That gives me joy.
Okay. All right. Wow. Quite uh, extensive amount of time spent in the school system.
Yes.
And how has the school system changed down there in Jamaica since you began and up to this time in the 2024s?
Okay. I started when it was like what common entrance, then
Yeah.
PEP. No, the
Okay.
common entrance, then GSAT, then PEP. So the
Hmm.
change of curriculum totally has evolved, making it better each time.
Mm-hmm.
because even for instance, the PEP now has more critical thinking and it's a more involved
Wow. Wow.
curriculum, right? So that has evolved. That has been much much better. Now, what kind of breakdown is that when we were smaller or younger,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
a village used to grow a child. Now it's a
Okay.
bit different,
Yeah.
wherein you may have some parents, like if two neighbors not talking, is that the children get involved,
Mm-hmm.
and then the children not speaking. So it's sometimes the community aspects leave from the community and come into the school community. So it kind of helps the behavioral changes sometimes to be a challenge. But as principals, or we call ourselves administrators, and the teachers, the whole staff at any school at all, we always try to make sure we try to alleviate all the challenges as best as possible. And we do get help sometimes from the ministry and different entities to just make it a little easier on us. Sometimes again, I believe parental involvement is needed now more than ever. And I
Mm-hmm.
think we need to go back to a village raising children or a child, to make it a little bit easier and that children understand the principles a little more in depth to help them to be better persons in society later on.
So the with less uh involvement of the community raising the child, it puts more of a burden. Well, not always
On
say
the
burden, but
school.
more responsibilities on the
It-
schools, right?
yes, it
Yeah.
does.
Mm-hmm. And how are the teachers dealing with that?
It's challenging at times because sometimes you may hear of teacher-student conflicts or parent-teacher conflicts. But
Mm-hmm.
as I said, things are put in place to
Mm-hmm.
see how best we can alleviate the challenges when they do arise.
Wow.
So, for some of the viewers who don't know where Norman Manley is, can you tell
Norman
them?
Gardens, Norman
Norman
Gardens.
Gardens. Oh, I'm sorry, Norman Gardens. Tell them a little bit more about where it's located and what age group is at that school.
Okay, the history of Norman Gardens began in 1962 when the school started. However, it was a junior high school, but in
Mm-hmm.
2017, the junior high school
Mm-hmm.
was no more, and we just have a primary school now. The primary schools is from grade 1 to grade 6,
Mm-hmm.
meaning from age 6 to 12.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now Norman Gardens is located. The area is called Norman Gardens. It's you could say it's off Mountain View, off Winward Road. So
Mm.
if you're taking it from
Mm-hmm.
what kind of on a
Yes.
diagonal attitude location,
Yes.
you can enter it from Mountain View or you can enter it from Winward Road.
Winwood Road.
It's
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the area is a bit volatile at times. It can
Mm-hmm.
be very challenging in the sense of getting in and out. Sometimes, if the area like violence may flare up now and again, and
Mm-hmm.
that is the greatest disappointment we have there because when the violence starts,
Mm-hmm.
the attendance for the students go down. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
we are hoping that the numbers of students, the enrollment
Mm-hmm.
goes up as soon as possible because we're trying to do a little bit more community involvement, looking at the community aware of what we're doing there at the school now, and
Mm-hmm.
how we're moving forward, right? So the as I said, the area, some person may call it a volatile area, but
Mm-hmm.
since I'm there, I've only seen about one. I think it's about one flare up with violence where it really affected the school where numbers are concerned or persons think that they're not sending out the child because of whatever reason. But we have a wealth of knowledge there, and as I said before, the growth and development of Norman Gardens is only getting better.
That's
And
great.
we have a team of support staff and a team of academic staff that
Mm-hmm.
works together for the betterment of everyone there. We do not have a high teacher turnover, so teachers are there like 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I think my secretary, she's there like 20 something years. So
Mm-hmm.
persons don't really just leave because of whatever. But, we have like a family knit or family unit that
Mm-hmm.
spills off because even for instance now speaking to the parents on a one-to-one on a daily basis, or even the students, we'll try to get it a bit more family oriented for persons to
Mm-hmm.
feel comfortable, because we want the parents to know that when the children are at school, they can just work and be comfortable knowing that their children are well taken care of there. So, as I said, we have challenges, but we
Mm-hmm.
are working on them. And that's one of the reasons, too, that I really do appreciate This is Jamaica, because,
Yeah.
not all children are academically inclined on spot.
Right.
Some
Yes.
may,
Yes.
some may pick up like along the way, or the
Mm-hmm.
progress of children varies, and it depends again on everybody's situation is a bit different, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
you may find a child who is doing very well, that
Mm-hmm.
has a good family support,
Mm-hmm.
has doing well, but and yet you have some children also who has good family support who is not doing so well academically. But when you look at the arts of it,
Mm-hmm.
where, like, for instance, This is Jamaica comes in, it gives everybody a platform to show their talent in whatever way possible. And
Yeah.
I really do appreciate Peter Gracie for getting this done, because it opens a lot of opportunities for students who may feel that they
Yes.
are less than, but yet still they give them the opportunity to shine in that area, because they are very very articulate. They love the arts and they do
Yes.
well in it. Because even your ambassador, the ambassador, no, that is the
Yeah.
winner from our school,
Yeah.
Marcel Hill,
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say she's a 95 average student,
Mm-hmm.
but she does well academic, in the arts. She's an average child, and most of them are average children, especially at Norman
Mm-hmm.
Gardens. Yes, we are working to make them the 90s and the 80s average, but at the same time, right, she's here on the screen, right? You know, um, we're trying to get them there as best as possible, but we have to use the other avenues to help them to get there. So, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, when students see Marcia Dale now walking on the corridors and knowing that, she's the ambassador now for This is Jamaica, and the limelight then that brings to
Yeah.
the school because of her and this competition,
Mm-hmm.
everyone wants to be a Marcia Dale in some aspect or the other. So,
Oh.
we have the strength to breathe competition going on now, which is just
Okay.
right, which is just embodied in our school. Only our school is doing the competition now. So we have a lot of children trying to sending their videos with the poems and the different things, that just to make sure that they're on top of things. So it brings out the opportunities for different persons. And as I said too, the fact that children see that they can excel in other areas, it also
Yeah.
helps them academically, it helps them socially.
Yes.
And then the fact that they have to go out to represent the school, to represent other entities, makes them even better, at what they do, to see how best they can, improve on whatever area that needs to be improved in their life. So it helps the parents also,
Mm-hmm.
because I can tell you, even I think one of the students who entered the other day,
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if she was one who placed fifth or seventh. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember offhand. But even when her mom
Mm-hmm.
is like, coming to the school now, she may dress
Mm-hmm.
a different way, because she say, "Oh no, it's my daughter did enter this, it's my daughter entered that, so I have to do this or I have to do that." She have to present herself properly.
Yeah.
Normally you just put on something and say, "I'm going to my daughter's school, because whatever, for whatever reason." But it helps the holistic approach of everybody involved in that
Yeah.
child's life, and it brings a good feel to the school. And then
Yes.
again, we want to sell the school, to let persons know that things are happening at Norman Gardens.
Yes, yes. One of the things that I like coming out of Jamaica in the school system over the last, probably 4 or 5 years or so, are the different competitions in singing and now poetry that have been brought to the limelight. You know,
Okay,
the,
as I said, that Pastor Rob,
okay.
for instance, in this, I think in this week to next week, the
Yes,
JCDC, the Jamaica Cultural Development Corporation, the JCDC,
yes,
um, the different genres of activities are,
yes.
you have to be um, enrolling for those now. And
Mm-hmm.
because of even this is Jamaica poetry competition with Marcia and the others, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
persons now who didn't even want to go into the arts from the
Mm-hmm.
school are going in because they want to be a part of it. Miss, I
Yes,
never get to go into to This is Jamaica. I want to do JCDC. I can sing, I can dance, I can,
that's
I
right.
can do a poem, I can act like Miss Lou, I can do something.
That's
So
correct.
it really helps them to
Yeah.
see different light. And I
Uh-huh.
can tell you, I'm sure that I'll have music entries going in. I'll have drama pieces going in. I'll have different aspects of the whole performing arts going into to festivals this year.
Oh, that's great.
And I'm
Yeah.
sure it all stemmed from the that's the involvement
Yeah.
and just seeing the different people coming into the school to interview Marcia, to interview Jada, to interview the other child. It's just enlightening.
Yes. Yes.
We did have the opportunity to interview Marcia and her mom, and Marcia was a delight. We could see her self confidence coming through. So I guess this gives her that additional boost.
Yes, it does. It does, because when I met her, she was not a talkative person like that, and I know that this competition helped her a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so wow, I'm just so pleased and proud of the Jamaica school system for incorporating the arts and the cultures in,
Yes,
because as you said, I do believe that there are some youths or some children that are art and culture inclined,
yes,
and
yes,
that we know the academics are those that's important,
yes.
but
It is.
we want to have a mixture of everything, a well-rounded
Right,
child,
right, right.
and recognize every child, because some children might be better in arts and culture. I personally was a child that was better at arts and cultures. I lost the arts and culture along the way. So don't ask me to sing or to say a poem. But I attended the Port Antonio Preparatory Baptist School. I used to go on, so they used to have the yearly school festivals.
Yes,
I used
yes,
to go out with those school festivals, and I used to be able to sing at that time. Okay, but so I'm glad that it's incorporated, and it encourages more students to show up in school and come to school.
that's true. That
There's
is true.
something
Yeah.
there. Okay. Hmm. All right. So the strength to breathe.
Yes,
That's happening right now,
yes, it is.
and everybody knows now that Marcia was a winner in This Is Jamaica. Do you find a lot more people coming out now? Like, well, we want to get showcased too. We want to show our
Yes,
talent too.
yes, yes. So true. So true. So I think we have quite a few entries for
Hmm.
the strength to breed. I think that the deadline was for submission was one day last week,
Hmm.
so they should be going through their evaluation to see who will be going a step further. Now, I guess Joan or Mrs. Allman may call and to say who is what from who's gone on to the next round.
So
But
they
I'm
have.
sure that they did well.
So how many rounds have you had so far?
No, we just did submission last week.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, right.
Okay, and from that now, from submission round, you get
Yes, we will know exactly. They'll take us through the steps.
okay, very good,
And
very.
as I said before, it's an internal. It's not like for other schools. It's just us. So
Hmm.
it's just exclusively to us only.
Okay, so
For
y'all are,
now, for now,
For
let's
now, for now, for now, right? For
you
now.
know, so you consider yourself the role models for
the
the entire
pioneers.
pioneers and role models for and you all are doing a great job, and I could see that
Thank you.
Miss Principal likes to talk. Uh,
Well,
so tell us about uh, the there's no longer the common entrance like when
mhm.
I was growing up. And I've also often wonder how has that changed. Uh, is that less pressure on the youths to go on to high school, or Is it
All
a
right,
drop?
from the common entrance, we had moved to what we call GSAT.
Mm-hmm.
GSAT is no more, so we're at PEP now. PEP is a little bit more, I don't want to use the word rigorous, but it has
Mm-hmm.
its ups and downs in the sense of students have to be reading more. They have to do more critical thinking because you have a performance task paper to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and PEP starts at normally for common entrance is just grade six.
Mm-hmm.
GSAT was just normally grade six. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
PEP, its primary exit profile, that
Mm-hmm.
starts from grade four. So, you have an
Wow.
aspect of it in grade four, you have an aspect in grade five, and you have an aspect in grade
Okay.
six.
Lovely.
So, grade four,
Yeah.
they do the performance task in and curriculum based in just math and
Mm-hmm.
English. Grade five, you do performance tasks and curriculum based in all four core subjects. That is math, English, social studies, and science.
Mm-hmm.
Now, grade six, you do
Mm-hmm.
performance task, which is the critical thinking. That's what you'd call maybe the essay part
Mm-hmm.
to for the same four core subjects math, English, language arts, math, language arts, science, and social studies.
Mm-hmm.
But in grade six, they have what we call the ability test, what you would call mental ability in
Mm-hmm.
common entrance,
Oh, okay.
right? So they have a paper just for that alone.
Okay. So
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 it's a little bit more, or even for instance, it was very good because when we had COVID the other day,
mm-hmm.
and the children couldn't do some of the papers because of the system.
Mm-hmm.
To place them in high schools, the ministry had to go for grade four
Mm-hmm.
and grade five, and then average it to know, to use those grades to send them off to high school.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps to know that, at least you as a parent and the teacher too will say, okay, then you got this in grade four. We know we have to work better for grade five.
Right.
You know exactly what to work on for grade six. So it's a process that,
Yeah.
as I said, and it includes everybody. The family has to be involved in some state because you have some projects that you have to do that parents have to be more involved. The parents, some students may not have parents, but they have uncles, aunties, grandparents, to help them to see through, maybe because mommy and daddy at work or they're not here overseas or whatever the reason is. But PEP is a more inclusion or involvement of everybody for that child to progress properly.
Very good. Very good. So the so everyone has the opportunity then to go on to high school, so to speak, and
Yes,
choose the
yes,
high school. There's
yeah.
no longer that list that came out in the paper that
No,
everyone.
no, you go online. No, you go online. You don't get your password and you go online.
Okay, okay,
And the children have seven choices.
yes.
Most times
Hmm.
they get one of the choices. So you choose you have five choices that you can choose, but
Yes.
the last two choices must be cluster meaning near to home,
Oh wow, wow.
right? So that's where the seven come in. So
Okay.
as I said, most times if a student is not placed in any of those seven,
Hmm.
I guess they just place them, but
Okay,
all of them are placed in a high school. All
that's
students
good.
are placed in a high school.
Yeah, and I find that an improvement
Yes, it
because
is. It
you
is.
know, so nobody feels like I'm going to a Clarendon college. I'm going to a Clarendon college, and
or St. or St. Andre High
or
for girls.
yes, yeah, what we got a Clarendon college person right there on the screen with us right there.
Do you
You
feel
know,
the
so,
stones, the haterade coming our way,
That's why I said the St. Andre High for girls.
yeah, okay, yes, all right, or a Titchfield, like I went to in Port Antonio. So so everybody has a chance to go to
Yes, they
yeah,
do.
so yeah, so
And
that's
again, let me also say too that for the PEP, when you get the results, they put the
Mhm.
students on, like for instance, a pathway. So you have
Okay.
pathway one, pathway two, pathway three.
Wow.
So for instance, pathway one is like would be for like the students who are doing extremely well.
Hmm.
Pathway two for the children who they are doing well but they need a little help. And
Hmm.
pathway three would be students that really needs assistance. right?
Okay.
So the school that they go to know exactly which pathway, so they know exactly what to work on for
Mhm.
those children coming in. So that's a plus.
I call that meeting the children where they are.
Yes.
Meeting
Yes.
their meeting them where they are, so you could concentrate on those things that needs to be developed, as well as enhancing those things that they have already got going.
Good. And plan ahead. It helps to plan ahead.
Yes, yes. Wow. Surely enlightened conversation with today, Miss Scarlett, and we're looking forward to hearing more from Norman Gardens Primary as we go through 2024. Looking forward to the talent that's going to be coming
And
out.
I can assure you, you'll hear great things because
Yes.
we are going up the ladder.
Okay.
Oh, yes,
Wow.
and trust me, for 2025, there'll be more competition coming your way. So
That's
just
right.
giving you
That's
the
right.
heads
And we are on for it. We are on for it.
Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. So, Miss Scarlett, if you wanted to tell us something that would just, and I know already that the winner of This is Jamaica will wow us about Norman Gardens Primary. What would that, besides the fact that we have This is Jamaica going on, would be that one thing that you would like folks to know about Norman Gardens Primary?
Norman Gardens Primary is a school for the holistic development of your child. All support staff, all academic staff goes out of their way to make sure that your children that you give us in the days, they are well looked after, they are well nurtured, they are well taught, and we love them as ours, and we will continue to make excellence our tradition.
Wow, wow, wow. So
I
there
think
you
for me,
went.
Miss Scarlett, is
Yeah.
just the fact that you don't have a great staff turnover. That for me, it would be
Yes,
motivating as a parent, because that
Yes.
means that that child, grows up different stages, seeing the same set of
Same.
teachers
Right.
that
Right.
can relate to their issues. So if I was a parent living in that community, I'd definitely be encouraged to send my child to Norman
And
Gardens.
we're accepting students, so you can just put the word out there for us. We are
yes.
accepting students, we have space, and we are, as I said, we are just getting bigger and better in all things.
Yeah, you touched on something very important there, Nadine, and that is the importance of having teachers, not only in the school in the United States, but also in Jamaica, encouraging those that are entering into the professional arena to become a teacher. And Miss Scarlett, give us why are you a teacher, and why would you encourage someone to become a teacher?
Once you have an interest in students' well-being and upbringing,
Hmm.
then teaching is for you. Once you want to see growth and development of your country,
Hmm.
teaching is for you. You have to love it to do it. It doesn't make sense you come in the profession if you don't love it. You have to love children and know that you'll go beyond the call of duty at whatever time, at what I I have students or had students before when, for instance, the parents are having issues with the children, they call me from my home, I leave my home, I go to their home and help to sort their children out, make sure their children are okay, and then I go back to my home. You have to love it to do it. You can't think about the salary, you can't think about the challenges and the issues that comes with it. You have to love it to do it. And once you are into growth and development, want to see better, you can do it. And I'm here to help anyone and coach anyone who wants to do it.
Oh, wow. That is just great. I could see that you're a teacher 110%.
I try. I
I
really
feel the
try.
passion coming through, the love of your job, the love of
Passion.
your
I love it. I do love
students.
it. I do love it. I do love it. Honestly, I
Yeah.
do.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that all those young children, they just enjoy working with you and having you as their principal. As a matter of fact, we might import you here, you know.
Better yet, we clone her. How about a clone? We may clone
Maybe,
you. How about
maybe
that?
I can. I think I'll be here for a while. I think I'll be here for a while. I have to see Norman Gardens to a point where I feel
Wow.
comfortable to say, Yeah, but I don't think I'm believing right now. And there's a lot of work to be done, and I have to get it done.
Wow, wow.
We're
Talking
gonna
about
definitely be cloning you.
all
Okay,
right
Nadine, I hear you loud and clear.
The
then.
students and parents love that and appreciate you, and thank you for taking time out just to educate us and tell us more
Mhm.
about Norman Gardens.
And also about
And
the
thank
Jamaica
you for
Spaces.
having me.
Mhm. And we plan to have you back again during the course of this year, as children move from one stage of the competition to the other. Looking forward to not having only just the winner at the end, but those that are going through the process.
Yes.
And because you like to hear from folks while they're going through the process, because when you win, it's a different headset. But while you're going through the process, I like to hear those thought, what's going through their minds and so forth.
Okay, no problem. Just let me know, and I'll make myself available.
Yes, indeed. So you have a blessed evening now, and we're keep on being who you are, and keep on doing the great work there over at Norman Gardens Primary. And I attended a school by the name of Gainstead. But
Hmm.
I moved from Port Antonio. My grandmother passed, and I think it's up in that same area
It's
over there.
nearby. It's
It's
nearby.
real.
Maybe
I
like
know
5 minutes drive
five
or so.
minutes, right? Yeah, I know, because I just you speak. I lived off Windward Road at the time,
Okay.
and I used to come on up that way, so I know exactly where
Okay.
you're talking about. So next time in Jamaica, I'll stop by the area, and.
Sure, sure. Really
Okay,
appreciate seeing you when you come.
very good, very good, very
And
good.
Nadine, you come too, don't send him alone.
Yes, I'm a Rollington Town primary. I didn't want to bring it up in it because I always bring it up.
Well, I'm a Jesse Paul girl.
Miss Yolanda, you can stop back here anytime. Okay.
No problem, Pastor Rob. Thank you for having me. Nadine, really appreciate your time and knowing more about Norman Gardens Primary. As I said before, we're at a school where excellence is our tradition. You can come over anytime and see what we have. All right. Thank
Okay,
you again
thank
for
you.
having me.
Thanks
Have
for
a,
all you do.
Thank you.
you have a blessed evening now. Okay. All
Same
right.
to you, sir.
Okay. Wow, Nadine, what personality.
Oh, yes, definitely. And the fact that she recognized the need within her school to embrace this is Jamaica and the growth and development, that's just exciting.
Wow, wow. I love her dedication. She says, I'm going to be here for quite a while because there are some things that I need to accomplish here.
30 plus years and still motivated, still passionate about being a teacher, being a principal, being a role model. That's just
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic.
yeah. So it was great having her here with us, and I'm looking forward to the Strength to Breed. That competition that will be happening there throughout this year, and having her back and some new students. I like the students when they step forward, and they just always have a little twist. Add a little twist when you deal with the youths. They have a little twist to things, and I like that. Okay, very good. So coming up here in just a minute or so, we'll have Michelle Yan from the Strength to Breed, and she's going to be with us speaking about our book, Empower Your Years, and that's a segment that we entitle "The Strength to Breed," based off of Mr. Peter Grace's poem, "The Strength to Breed." Have you learned it yet, Nadine? Or you're
I,
still
I I did a little part. I sent it to my mom. The critique. She's so into culture. She's like, "Oh, you need to fix that little part. You need to do." So I haven't gotten back to it because I want to make sure when I send that video to them, I'm looking good.
And
She'll have
you
my
know,
head.
mom's gonna be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Mom is gonna be straightforward, honest with you, and tell you if you're ready or if you're not.
I know. She says I need to go back to the drawing board. And as someone who's into culture and she does her kids with the culture, I gotta look. I gotta represent my family now.
Okay. All right. So, as we're here in Jamaican Explosion this evening, coming to you from out of the Atlanta area, but going out throughout all the diaspora, down in Orlando, Fort Lauderdale, back in Jamaica. We just had someone, Miss Scarlett, come from Jamaica. So, we are impacting the entire world with the Jamaican Explosion. So, we're going to welcome to our screen right now, our tour to our show this evening, Miss Shelly Ann Lures, and I'll have her introduce herself as we bring her on screen here. How you doing, Shelly Ann?
Hi there. I am surviving this very cold weather here. It's 24 degrees
Hmm.
Celsius and it says it feels like 10 degrees. So I haven't quite gotten used to that yet. So
Uh-huh.
I'm holding up.
And
Where exactly are you located, Shelly-Ann?
I'm in the Tucker area.
Okay, okay.
yeah, so
I still can't get used to it.
Shelly is one of our local representatives of the Strength to Breed, because me and the rest of them are from down in Florida, but she's actually right here in the Atlanta area in Tucker. So welcome once again, and we're pleased to have you with us this evening. It's a pleasure for us to have you here on the Strength to Breed this evening. And Shelly, and just reintroduce us to yourself once again, and what exactly do you do?
Okay, so the name again is Shelly and Luars,
Yeah.
originally from Clarendon in Jamaica.
Mhm.
Lived in Kingston for several years, and so I've always considered myself a naturalized Kingstonian. That's what I used to say because I moved,
Naturalize.
yep, I moved to Kingston a couple of months after I graduated high school. I
Mhm.
went to Edwin Allen High.
Mhm.
And
My
then,
rival.
I'm sorry.
I said my rival.
Oh, which one you come from, CC or Glenview?
Easy.
Okay, yeah. There's a strong rivalry between Edwin Allen, Clarendon College, Glenmuir, and Claude McKay, I believe. But the intensity between Edwin Allen and Clarendon was something to write home about. It was pretty interesting, and we both wore different shades of blue too. Right. So yes, moved to Kingston immediately after high school. Lived there for many years and went to University of the West Indies.
Mhm.
Worked in several different sectors and industries there: media, communications, PR,
Mhm.
government. I was all over the place until I immigrated in 2015. And so I now consider myself a global citizen, having made that big move to now live in the United States. Career wise, I am a marketing communications consultant. I
Mhm.
am also an author. Have Now it would be three books under my belt with a couple others in the in the stream to come out soon. I'm also a parent. I'm a student. I am currently pursuing an MBA at Emory, Goizueta Business School. And I also have the honor of serving as the marketing communications director for the Strength to Breathe, as well as the communications director for the Jamaica Diaspora, Southern USA.
Very good. Quite extensive background there, Shelly Ann. And we're just pleased to have you in the area. So Nadine, she's not too far from us. We could
I was just about to say we need to drag her to join the Atlanta Jamaican Association.
I went to and was it the anniversary of the Christmas function last year? I was there. And
okay.
I Yeah, I no longer have my application form to submit, but yeah.
Okay.
We'll
All
talk
right.
off here, Shelly, and we'll definitely be talking.
Okay.
Definitely, just send it to Nadine or myself. Nadine is actually the treasurer. I'm the assistant secretary. Uh,
Okay.
it would be great to have you. But this evening on the Strength to Breed, you're going to be speaking with us about self auditing.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, yeah. You have to kind of introduce us to the concept of self auditing and what that's all about. Why is self auditing important? Even before I get to the questions that we have for you here, what is self auditing?
Well, in my definition, and it is a concept that I have coined based on practices that I've been doing for several years, in 10 years, in fact. And it was an experience that I birthed, out of my career as a communicator. And from time to time, you have to do communications audits,
Mm-hmm.
to ensure that your messaging is on track, your target audience is on track, your objectives are on track,
Mm-hmm.
etc. And
Mm-hmm.
so, having had that experience, I've always thought, what if I focus inward and actually do an audit of my own self, to see how I'm moving through life. So
Mm-hmm.
I look at my strengths, my weaknesses. It's almost like I'm doing a SWOT analysis on
Celebrate.
my life, and it is from the findings, that okay, so Shelly, you didn't do so well in this area last year. You didn't have your relationships were a little weak.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people that you need to weed out, perhaps, or some you need to heal. So it was birthed out of that kind of experience, and I decided this time around that I feel like I need to document it and actually share it with the world so that other people too can also experience this, because it's pretty invigorating. I mean, after
Mm-hmm.
evaluating your own life and then being
Mm-hmm.
able to put certain things into practice, it helps to become more self-aware and to strengthen you as a person. So this is something that I've developed, and I am working on it to share it with everybody, so you can also get the benefits from it. You're just doing an audit of your own self. I mean, conventional audits always focuses on the financial
Mm-hmm.
performance of a company. I mean, come on now, we can also use those
Mm-hmm.
same principles and apply them to our lives. So that's basically it in a nutshell.
So,
Okay.
Shelley, my question to you is how honest are you considering it's a self audit? And
Yeah,
especially those you have to weed out that you want to hang on to.
mhm. I mean, well, there's a possibility of subjectivity. It's pretty subjective, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you want to be honest with yourself, okay? And because it is so introspective and it
Mm-hmm.
is just you, it's not like you are presenting your findings to an audience per se, so you don't have anything to worry about. But if you want the best out of it, then it's only fair that you be honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I have also developed what I call a grading rubric that will allow you to be honest in your
Mm.
grading.
Does that have a curve, a bell curve?
Not necessarily.
So, based on that self audit, what is one thing that you can share that you would say you would want to change, or to what's one of your weaknesses, basically?
um, so having done one for this year, well, I normally do them at the end of each year. I looked at several things. I looked at relationships.
Mhm.
Did we share the same values? How did this relationship serve or didn't serve? And I came to a place where, sometimes you have to kind of freeze out certain people in your life because,
Mhm.
um, they didn't particularly add any value, or you didn't add any value to them,
Mhm.
and I looked at it to say that, not everybody is here to serve you or to be in your life for an extended period. Sometimes it's just for a
Season.
season, and
Mhm.
after they fulfill that season, then there's nothing else to really add, and it doesn't make sense for you to pursue those relationships because you would only be hurting yourself or hurting the so-called connection. So in a sense, I've had to, make tough decisions about, okay, I'm not going to take you over into 2024 with me. And it's just a
See.
it's a mental thing. It's not like I communicate to them that,
Mhm.
because it would be very harsh to say it like that, but
Mhm.
that's just how it is. I've also made other changes in terms of even me going back to school right now because, I already have a master's degree, but after doing my self check, my reflection mid year, I realized that, I would do well if I have a business degree as well, which is why I am back in school trying to fill that gap and maybe make myself more effective in my work.
hmm And the question, that comes off of that I would like to ask here is what is what is what is self auditing? How does it enhance self care?
So my definition of a self audit is it's an introspective process where
Hmm
one evaluates personal achievements,
hmm
challenges, and overall satisfaction or
hmm
life satisfaction, right?
hmm
It's about turning inward, as I've alluded to
hmm
understand oneself better, which is a fundamental aspect of self care.
hmm
It boosts self awareness,
hmm
leading to mindful living and the personal growth. So that's my definition overall. I think it's not self auditing is not something that is thrown around. So so I've actually just coined it. This is how I interpreted it to be.
hmm
I
Okay.
I'm definitely liking it, and once we get off, I definitely gonna have to sit down since it's so. I mean, it started the year,
Hmm.
and do some self evaluation and self audit, and I'm gonna try to be as honest as possible with
Yes.
myself.
It doesn't make sense to lie to yourself at all. You wouldn't be helping yourself doing that.
Okay. All right. So tell us a little bit about Empower Your Year. That book.
Right. So
Okay.
that's the title of the book.
hmm
And in it is where I've described how beneficial self auditing is.
hmm
I've also compared it with
hmm
conventional auditing and kind of drew some principles from conventional auditing that we can apply in a personal context.
hmm
So the title Empower Your Year, it's about building yourself. It's about self improvement. It's about empowering you,
hmm
right? So in a nutshell, that's what it is. The subtitle is A Year in Review for Growth and a New Year's Blueprint for Transformative Success. So in that book, you'll also have access to like toolkits, checklists, and
hmm
reflection frameworks that you can use while you're evaluating yourself. There are different topics under which you can put your different reflective thoughts on how you think you've done based on, say, for example, personal achievements. What did you achieve last year that you'd want to bring back into the new year with you? Or even if you don't want to bring them in, how did you perform to the extent where you'd want to expand, and you set goals around that? How are you going to achieve that? How specific, how smart are your goals, basically? So it kind of gives you a process and a tracking where you can also, keep reflecting and keep documenting your progress as you move through the year.
Wow. And if we were needed a copy of that book, what's the best way for us to
So currently, the ebook is available on Amazon, but the paperback will be coming out within the next 2 weeks.
Okay. All right. And what would be the benefits for what would benefit who would benefit
Mhm.
most from your book? Who would be benefit
So
most?
I have tried to make this as fun as possible. So, I mean, I know when people think of auditing, it kind of
Mhm,
trigger the nerves like, oh my God, what is this going to uncover? All of the financial
mhm,
irregularities and whatever. But this is
mhm,
very fun.
mhm,
So, this book is for anyone who feels stuck in the cycle of
mhm.
making and breaking New Year's resolutions, first and foremost. It's for those seeking meaningful personal growth and a
Yeah.
structured yet flexible approach to self improvement. And I have dedicated the book to, because I have a little dedication page in the book. I'm going to read a little part from it. So,
Okay. Go
to
ahead.
the resolution rebels, the goal setting skeptics, and the brave souls seeking a transformative boot camp for self discovery. This is for you. To those who have ever found themselves yawning at the stroke of midnight, unenthused by the prospect of another round of fleeting New Year's resolutions, to the dreamers who have ever scribbled down goals on a whim only to find them gathering dust by February, and to the daring adventurers yearning for a journey that dives deeper than the surface of annual promises. Okay? Consider this book your unconventional roadmap, your escape from the mundane cycle of resolutions made and forgotten. It's for those ready to trade in their resolutions list for a compass pointing toward true self discovery. And
Wow.
for those who seek not just to change a habit, but to transform a life. So, yeah.
I think you are thinking of me, Shelley. I hear so many things that's calling to me, and see, I'm one of those that write the stuff down, and it never comes.
Oh yes, haven't we been there? It's true. I mean, and I'm not fighting against people who prefer to do their resolutions, but I feel like doing a self auditing, like if you're gonna do a resolution, I feel like you're sometimes just pulling things from out of the air, just pulling things out of thin air. And when you don't really have a plan towards how you're gonna accomplish it, it doesn't make sense. And then, sometimes life gets in the way. You don't really get to follow through, right? So I feel like the self audit is more intentional, and because you're evaluating and then you're setting a basis on which you can work from, right? So I don't feel like the resolution allows for that at all. You just write down some fancy stuff, very fanciful, stuff on paper or in your head, wherever you have it. Okay, so I want to lose weight, lose 3 pounds, and then you continue eating the ice cream, and then you say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, and then next week, and then next month, and then we're at December 31 again, and it's another year, and you haven't accomplished it. So I feel like as evaluating yourself first, and then it's okay, so I didn't get to lose the 3 pounds last year, but okay, I'm gonna write it down this time. I'm gonna track what I did wrong. Okay, why didn't I not achieve my 3 pounds weight reduction that I was aiming for? So yeah, jot that down and say, okay, what did I do wrong? I ate too much ice cream. I had too much pizza. I was up binge watching Netflix and eating at night and just going to bed. Right? I didn't exercise because I was rushing. I had to go to work. I had kids to drop off to school, and just everything just get caught up in that, so you didn't get to accomplish it. But I think if you document and evaluate, then you have a base from which to work.
Okay, so you're saying those are some of the techniques from your book for developing this doing the self audit.
Yes.
So the readers can actually just they have like a little flow chart there of how to do this, huh?
Yes, I call it my toolkit.
Your toolkit,
Toolkits.
so to speak. Okay. Resolutions versus New Year's resolutions versus self audit. Self auditing.
So we kind of alluded to it a little bit. Yes, I find self auditing to be more impactful than New Year's resolutions. Simply because New Year's resolutions are often temporary and forgotten very quickly, right? It has allowed me, though, to recognize my strengths, work on my weaknesses, and align my actions with my true goals.
Okay.
It's a practice that has brought clarity to my life.
Okay. So we have a little visitor here on stepping into the picture here.
Yes, I may have to run another audit too. How to audit my kids.
He's just taking advantage of the opportunity. Okay, yes, indeed. So yes, we have Shelley and Lors. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly.
Yes, you are.
Director of marketing at the Strength to Breed, and how is that going so far?
Strength to Breathe. Well, we have a meeting tomorrow. We have several projects in the pipeline that we are hoping to launch pretty soon. So we are continuing the work. We have a lot of great ideas as to how we want to make this really work and and benefit people who really need it the most. So yes, we have a lot of projects to be unveiled soon.
Okay.
So how did you get involved in the Strength to Breathe, Shelly Ann?
So I am connected via Mr. Peter Gracie through the Jamaica Diaspora Council. He and I were a part of the previous administration, and then when he took over the helm of the global diaspora movement as the representative for the Southern United States. Our relationship continued, and I a part of the Southern Diaspora, the Jamaica Diaspora Council executive body.
Mhm.
And yeah, the connection was made via there for me to also support with the Strength to Breathe.
Okay. Wow.
Well, I'm
Well,
definitely looking forward to meeting you and to doing some collaboration since we're neighbors.
Of course. Where are you based?
I'm actually in Hiram.
Where's
So
that? Is that in Georgia?
yes, it's in Dallas, Georgia. Yes, I'm in Hiram. I'm close to Powder Springs. If you know of Powder Springs, Marietta.
Yeah, I know Marietta a little bit. So here's my thing. I only go from point A to point B.
Don't
Embarrassing.
worry, I drive. As long as there's gas in my car, I'll drive. So don't
Oh
worry.
yeah,
but
you don't like the highway.
she's a little closer to me here in Lawrenceville. Uh,
Okay,
yeah, so we're
so
right
I'm
here.
like in the middle of you guys. Then I'm in Tucker, but I guess
Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah.
maybe you could come on down next Sunday if you're available to Pastor Rob's birthday. If you're
oh,
available.
you're having a birthday bash, of course.
Yes, yeah, it's oldies but goodies evening
Oh,
over by Mikey Sparkles. It's called Sparkle D's. I'll get it up on the screen here for you in a second.
okay.
And we're gonna sit down and enjoy some oldies but goodies. It's strictly oldies but goodies, and enjoy some good food from Sparkle D's and
We're gonna have on the menu jerk chicken, jerk. I long to eat some jerk pork.
well, I don't know about the pork part, but I know that
Oh,
they
yeah,
always
oh
have the
come
jerk
on.
chicken there.
Pork is the best thing.
No, I'm not, no, I just said I don't know about the jerk chicken
Okay,
there,
I
but
understand.
yeah, but I know that he has some. I know that the jerk chicken there is off the chain.
All right. Okay. Now
So
you're
we're
speaking my
expecting,
language.
so we're expecting some good food too, fish and everything.
Escovitch fish, steamed
Mhm.
fish with
Oh
okra.
yes,
Yes,
yes, yes, yes,
escovitch, fish
yeah.
soup.
Okay.
Okay, so that's of course next week. Sunday after church, I'm a reverend pastor, so I take care of things in the morning. But that
Yeah.
don't mean I can't come out and have a little fun in the evening. All is what good is with DJ Cole Rice. You like it, man. It's gonna be a nice grown folks kind of things. Even though I'll have some youths there, maybe some of my grandchildren will be there running
Hmm.
around and so forth like that. But
And it's in Lawrenceville.
yes,
Okay.
it's in Lawrenceville. It's not too far from you. It's probably about 15 to 20 minutes from Tucker,
Okay.
coming up this way. Yeah.
That's a
So
safe drive. Yes.
yeah. So come on, it's a safe drive, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not out there where Nadine is. You'll have to.
Listen,
But
I'm proud of my scenic view. That's all I'll say. Okay, we have one of the lowest crime rates in Georgia. That's all I'll say. Okay.
and
Okay.
Shelley,
Yes.
I'll let you know too that up in that area, you'll be surprised how many Caribbean and West Indian activities are held up there. I was surprised. I was
Oh.
like, where you living? Oh, really? But then
Hmm.
I start tuning in and realize that they do a whole lot of Caribbean stuff up there, a lot of Jamaican stuff, which Nadine is a part of.
Okay. Awesome. Yes, Nadine, we have to link up.
Okay, so personal experiences. Can you share
Hmm.
uh, some of your personal experiences with self art? And I think you did share a little bit. But
Yeah.
are there any times when the self auditing has just helped you, or you're in a special certain place, and by introspecting and looking within yourself, that it has allowed you to pull out of even a situation that might be an adverse situation.
Yes, definitely. I mean, it has allowed me to really have, you know, build perspective around
Yeah.
whatever challenge that is.
Hmm.
And it has helped me because personally, I have experienced a very difficult situation when I moved here. And
Hmm.
um, being able to be introspective has allowed me to build resilience, to really, go through that event
Mhm.
um, without losing my sanity, I would say. So it has been very, very, very impactful, very helpful. And it's one of the reasons why I want to share this knowledge with everybody. Because I do believe that sometimes when we don't have that kind of uh, I don't want to call it a support system because it really is, and
Mhm.
it's not. But sometimes you have to really find that strength within you because people around you may not get the full understanding of what you're really experiencing if you're not able to articulate it yourself, right? So it has given me that perspective to really sit and really take stock of what was going on. How am I going to deal with this? Right. So it has given me that leverage and it has been very helpful in helping me to build resiliency.
That's beautiful, Shelley. As someone who's actually on a self-love, self-care journey, I definitely can see myself with your self-audit tool, and I look forward to learning from it and see how I can grow from it.
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I look forward to you sharing your experience, when you've had a chance to really read it and apply it.
Yeah, and tell us now before we go because we kind of press for a little time here. How will this section here lead into the section that we'll be having next week on the strength of breed?
So Mia and I were supposed to be on this afternoon, but she got pulled away to handle another matter.
Mm-hmm.
So this week we were dedicating to self care.
Auditing.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
self care. Right. So it was to have been a two-pronged interview. She was planning to focus on self care, and so this week we made the switch, so where I focused more on self auditing, and then she'll pick up the conversation next week where she'll go more in depth on self care.
Very good, very good. So, Shelly Ann, we want to thank you again for stopping by here. It just seems like we just started speaking about this and so much information, and the time's already gone. But we look for, I know you'll be back with us.
Can I tell you that there's also a part in the book for you to write to manage time?
Well, that's all right. We're, we're gonna, I'm definitely gonna pay attention to that part, okay? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that part, but I think we managed the time very well today. We got quite a bit
Yes.
of information out, and looking forward to having you back here with us again, and looking forward to getting the application.
Yes, yes, definitely.
And us Jamaicans, that time management is one of our weakest things.
Hmm. Yeah, you hear stuff like, no man, you just round the corner and the corner can't bend it. You can't curve the corner.
And 7 o'clock actually means 7:30.
Right, right. But we're supposed to come off at 7, but it's 7:02, so we're not doing that bad.
You're
I'm
not
going.
too bad. You're not
So I don't want y'all to get on my case too much. So I'm going to say Shelly and Lures, thanks for stopping by. We're going to have you on more so we can you know find a little bit more about the book and so
Yes.
forth like that. So
Shirley, before you go,
go
where
ahead.
can our viewers, like our listeners, connect with you? Are you on Instagram, Facebook? Tell them your handle so they can reach out and connect.
I am on Facebook, Shelly Ann Luars. I am on Instagram. What is my? I don't remember my Instagram handle. I am on LinkedIn. That's primarily where I am.
Mhm.
I will have to send you all of that information in the chat. I'm sorry, I didn't come prepared with that. But yeah, I don't remember my Instagram name. But I know I'm on Facebook as Shelly Ann Luars.
Mhm. Okay, so with that, we're gonna say thanks again
Thank
for
you.
stopping in. This is Jamaican Explosion, and we're just thrilled to have had you with us this evening, and looking forward to the Strength to Breathe the next week when we'll pick up on part 2 of this. That's the self care, right? That's you said that with the self care. Looking forward to that, Nadine, already.
And looking forward to meeting you next Sunday now. Don't. Don't disappoint us, right,
I
Pastor
will be
Rob?
there. Mr. Send me the information, please, in WhatsApp so I can log
We'll,
it in from now.
we'll definitely do that. Now I got to leave here and go do some self auditing myself. So
Yes, I have the tools for all of that. All right. Have a great rest of your
Bye bye.
evening. Bye.
very good, very good, very good. Thanks, Shelly Anna, and hope to see you again here soon. Okay, very
Okay.
good. Okay, Nadine, it's that time for us to go. So thank you, Nadine, for stopping by here today and just being the co-host that you are. Okay, and
Thank
we'll see you next week. Okay. And
Okay, let me go do some self audit with my time management skills. Places to go.
okay, all right. Until next week, this is Pastor Rob and Nadine saying we'll speak, walk good first, and we'll see you next week on Jamaican Explosion.
Like, follow, share.